I'm Bobby Narco. I'm joined by Hippie.
From the Foco Spartans.
How about that? We are going to be bringing you the gold medal game of the 2019 Junior Roller Derby Association Championships for the female division.
Yeah.
Got an awesome matchup. We got the Santa Cruz Derby Groms, Grom Shells, and the Los Anarchists Junior Derby. Santa Cruz could be skating in black, coming in the number 1 seed with an 8-0 record on the year. And Los Anarchists coming in, going to be skating in gold jerseys. They come in ranked number 3, and they are 14-1 on the year. You want to take us through one of these rosters? I'll do the other one.
All right. Let's go for Los. We have 05 Ginger Snapper, 100 Monster, 1024 Lil Devil Rosie, 117 Rainbow Smash, 178 Frightening Lightning, 20 Thrasher, 23 Trixie, 362 Twiggy Marley, 4 Cherry Kiss, 42 Mount Crushmore, 44 Mini Maniac, 492 Maddie Mayhem, 52 Squash Bob Skate Pants, 710 Brazilian Smacks, and 79 Lil Regulate Her.
And the captain is Little Regulator. Wearing the A, we have Quadfather. We also have Regulator, Master Smasher, and Just Matt. Yeety, and the captain, number 26, Little Killer. Coaches for Santa Cruz Derby Grums, Grom Shells, I'm a Hot Mess wearing the A, Neo Scorin, Adrian's Revenge, Hermione Danger, who is a graduate of the Grom Shells, Victoria Mayhem, and Baloo coaching the bases.
Right on.
You want to take us through who our off-skates officials are?
Of course. Our off-skate officials are TBD, Doof Warrior, Flow Block, Boptimus Prime, Mellow Trauma, Sayer and Gasp, Talia Up, TBD, Chunk, Guacamole, Admire Him, Ref in Peace, Carmen Dragon, Zero, Chefery, Tim the Ref, Snap Zing, and Black Belt Barbie.
All right, that is our officiating crew. Jammers are out on the line. Number 62 in the black is Tryon, and number 42 in gold is Mount Crushmore.
There's a lot on the line for this game.
Yes. Well, everybody gets a medal. That's the bright.
Right,
that's the silver lining,
yeah,
if you will.
Exactly.
The silver lining.
A silver medal.
All right. But I think both of these teams would rather go home with something more along the lines of the color of the LA jersey.
Right.
Skating for gold, wearing gold, but coming in the number 3 seed. Santa Cruz undefeated on the year. This is only the second time these two teams have played. We are underway.
Both jammers still fighting for lead. Dragged back, Mount Crushmore by number 15 on Santa Cruz, Bonnie and Clyde.
First lead of the day for Los Angeles. Los Anarchists out of Los Angeles, California. So an all-California championship in the female division of the JRDA championships.
Scoring 4 points is Mount Crushmore for Los.
Oh, we got a skater heading to the penalty box. Didn't see the call, but first penalty of the game goes to Santa Cruz.
Number 19, Santa Cruz, Loose Cannon heading to the box.
Both teams really working those defensive walls. Great camera work, showing you everything taking place on the backstretch.
That is a yellow brick wall for sure.
Yeah, there you go.
62 is swerving through the outside. Tryon is trying hard.
There we go. Got somebody playing the wrecking ball back there at the back of the pack trying to get through that black wall. That was number 44, Mini Maniac, trying to break up the wall. Low block or a misconduct, maybe blocking a down skater.
To Ginger Snapper, who was sent to the box, along with Lil Regs, who's sent to the box. 2 blockers less for Tryon to try and get through.
Maybe one is the low block and one is the misconduct. Now 2 more skaters reporting the box filling up. There is only 1 LA blocker left on the track.
A 3-1.
And a call off the jam. They're going to have a
0 points scored for Santa Cruz.
They did spring one of their blockers, so they'll start the next jam with 2 blockers, but a 1 blocker advantage because LA's got 2 in the box. Santa Cruz has 1 in the box.
Yeah.
8 points on the board for LA. First blood to the team from Los Angeles. Highest score of the game, first lead change.
And 100 for Los Monster against 101. BZ for Santa Cruz. Playing some defense on the line, Monster.
Don't let the lack of motion fool you. We have begun.
As 101, BZ is the lead jammer for Santa Cruz.
All right, so after 2 jams, teams are alternating lead.
Tiptoeing through the inside. That is a full pass for Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz pivot reporting to the penalty box, but Santa Cruz blocker goes out, so no net loss in terms of personnel on the track.
And the jam is called.
All right, each one in the bin. LA did put points on the board as well. 7 for Santa Cruz puts them at 7, sets their high score. And 2 more for LA brings them up to 10.
3-point game.
Nice. Hoping it's a close one. Expect that could possibly be the case. Black Jammer wearing number 30. That is Swervy. And number 178 on the line for LA. That is Frightening Lightning. Here we go.
And Frightening Lightning is frighteningly fast as she gets the lead jammer for Los.
Well played, Hippie. Well played.
Swervy 30 takes off the star cover. Attempted pass to 00.
Or was it a decoy?
Oh. As Lightning.
Or maybe it was an attempted pass and 00 didn't see it, meaning Mayhem wasn't looking.
Swervy still swerving through.
I heard a whistle. Santa Cruz losing a blocker.
I believe that's 26, their captain, Lil Killa.
All right, so
3 points awarded to Los.
So that brings them up to 14. There must have been an adjustment that brought them up to 11 on the previous jam.
Right.
All right, and no points for Santa Cruz, so they're sitting on 7, a 2-to-1 ratio.
On the line for Santa Cruz, we have 62, Tryon. And for Los, we have 23, Trick Z, jamming for the first time today.
Second jam for Tryon. First jammer from either team to repeat in their rotation.
Both walls holding as initial is still available.
Outside line is closed. Inside line is closed. Everything's closed.
Except for the penalty box. The penalty box is open with one player. 53, Sugar Smacks.
So first time consecutive leads have been awarded to either team. LA pivot reporting to the penalty box, but LA's got the lead. Breaking up that alternating leads pattern we'd had in the first 3 jams.
And another box.
Yeah, multiplayer, I believe, was sent in by Ref in Peace.
Yeety, 90 from Santa Cruz.
Initial pass was completed, but jam was called off before any points could be scored. Nothing. Our first truly scoreless of the game.
This could be a very close game. Familiar duo up against each other. Monster from Los and 101 from Santa Cruz, BZ.
A rematch of jam number 2. When they matched off in jam number 2, it was BZ who got lead. Now BZ forcing Crushmore to the forcing Monster to the outside.
BZ sliding through the inside. As Monster through her initial.
Not lead, no indication why lead wasn't awarded there.
Yeah. So 2-minute jam, I assume.
Well, I think lead might still be open for 101.
Oh.
Is 101 still on initial pass? And there it
And
is. No.
She is sent to
Yes.
the box for a forearm.
Forearm's on another skater.
Oh. And
No, the
Monster,
forearm is on the jammer.
Yeah.
So this is a 2-minute jam.
So this is a power jam for Los at the moment.
I would not at all be surprised to see an official review from Los Anarchists.
Right. And she is through, scoring 4 for Los. Setting up offense. Los coming in, stopping, and BZ is returning to the track. Also returning to the track is 26, Lil Killa on Santa Cruz.
05 wiggling those fingers at the back of the pack like crazy, saying, hey, I'm getting cut back here.
Right.
Let's get those point tallies. I think it's going to be 7 for LA. 4 showing right now. But, yeah, there it is. 7 brings them up to 21.
21.
That represents a third of their score and represents or equals all of Santa Cruz's score. So it's a 3-to-1 ratio. And, yeah, Santa Cruz's coach out there, that is, I guess that's Neo scoring out there. I'm wrong about who's got the A. Could be wrong about who's got the A, or Neo scoring might be where he's not supposed to be. Take us out to the track. Can you see who the jammers are?
Yes, the first jammer for Santa Cruz today is 72.
Yeah, Payne Jane making
Jane.
a debut on the jammer line for this game. And that's Little Devil Rosie.
Little Devil Rosie as the lead jammer for Los.
Also first appearance on the jammer line. So a couple of relief jammers here in jam number 26, number 6.
The star was passed to Double O.
Thank you. Good catch.
On Santa Cruz as she does a little spin around, getting 4 points. Los 0.
4 sneaky points. 4
4
points when you're
very
not the
sneaky
lead
points.
is the best kind of points to get. They are showing Anarchists got 4 points on the first pass, no points on the second pass. So that was 4-4. Makes the score 25 for Los Anarchists Junior Derby and 11 for the Santa Cruz Derby Grums Gromshells.
And it does look like this is Twiggy Marley's first time jamming for Los and Tryon on Santa Cruz. The thing about Los is they have a very well-rounded team on jamming and blocking. They all alternate.
Have you skated against either of these teams before?
I have both in fact, but we have not beat them yet.
Well, you will stick with it.
We will.
Lead jam has gone to Tryon.
Quick offensive move there. Tryon.
Tryon's first lead in 3 attempts.
52.
Oh, sorry.
You're good.
Black 2-6 out of bounds block. That is Lil Killa, the captain.
Tryon is trying to spin around Lil Rex and is successful, scoring 4 points for Santa Cruz.
And here come the Gromshells.
Surfing her way through.
Gromshell number 15 reporting to the penalty box.
As Twiggy Marley takes off the star pass.
No one to pass it to. Pivot in the penalty box.
Right.
Jam is called. Let's get these points up there. 4 and 3 makes 7. Brings Santa Cruz up to 18. And LA held at 25. So both of these scores are divisible by...
Quick maths.
Nah, I got nothing.
I don't either. I'll let you do the math.
I thought they were divisible by
numbers.
3, but no, 25 is not divisible by 3. 25 is divisible by 5. Meanwhile, out on the jammer line, number 178 on the goal team is Frightening Lightning. Second appearance. Last time she was out there, she got lead. And BZ back out there. This is the third appearance on the jammer line. BZ's 1 for 2 so far. Direction of play penalty sends 0-5 Ginger Snapper to the box.
Double low, holding great defense on Santa Cruz as BZ is the lead jammer.
That's 3 in a row.
3 for 3. Swerving right by, or should I say surfing, is BZ scoring 4 points for Santa Cruz. Frightening, taking the star off her head, but recycled back by number 15 on Santa Cruz, Bonnie and Collide.
Direction of play penalty called on number 79, Little Regulator, the captain for LA.
Who is also the pivots, so that means that Frightening has no one to pass to.
Once again, no one to pass the star to. Stealth mode. Sometimes you take the star up with no intention of passing it.
Right.
Just to take the target off your helmet.
Ooh, little
Jammer on jammer
defensive
contact.
move. BZ is still swerving through. Hit
Nice.
back by Ginger. Snapper on Los.
Going to count? Yeah, that's a track cut. I was
is
very
a
surprised
track
that track cut was not called
And
sooner.
that was a very slick cover pass as Lil Regs is now the jammer for Los.
Nice. And
Ducking under
on a
Lil
power
Killa,
jam. As
sliding through the outside.
BZ called on the track cut, so here we come. Illegal position sends a LA blocker to the penalty box. 7 skaters on the track, 7 officials. Each person gets their own.
And Lil Rex held up by Lil Killa. Neither are very little and are scoring big for LA.
And number 79, Little Regulator, calls off the jam. 8 points were scored by LA. Not quite sure how to divide them up if it's 4 and 4. At any point, we're going to put 8 in the scorecard. Call that 33.
But it is
12
a
points put up
very
by
close.
Santa Cruz, the highest score of the
Yes.
game. Actually, both teams setting or matching their high score. And so it's a 3-point game.
3-point game with just about 16 minutes left to go of the first half.
And our first stoppage of play is at 16:16. If you're a numerologist, that's got to be lucky. While we have the stoppage of play, what can you tell me about the Twitter and the social media that we got going on? Who's
Twitter
running it?
At WFTDA, Instagram at WFTDA, and Facebook, facebook.com/WFTDA.
All right, and we have our most illustrious tournament head announcer sitting right to our right off camera. That is Standby Tommy, or Tommy Standby. I always forget which is the order, but maybe he can set us up with the Twitter, and we could interact with some of you watching this game if you want to join in on those social media hashtags. In the meantime, let's talk a little bit about the Women's Flat Track Derby Association postseason, can't we, Hippie?
Of course. Let's see. Tickets for the 2019 International WFTDA playoffs and championships are on sale now with discount codes especially created for Junior Roller Derby participants. Get the codes and tickets at WFTDA.com/tickets.
Nice. They will give you the dates of when those are going to be when we get a chance. Referees are conferring with the scoreboard operators and the penalty trackers, conferring with the officials up on the rostrum. So I wouldn't be at all surprised if we see some sort of change either in the personnel of the penalty box or on the scoreboard. I doubt that it would be the time.
Right. But it does at the moment look like a power jam for Los.
Yeah, power start, number 101 still in the penalty box on that track cut. So it's going to be a power jam for LA. 10:24 is going to be the jammer taking advantage of it. Unless that's the reason, and maybe they spring the jammer. Who knows what's going on with the official timeout? We will see if there's any adjustment. At any rate, while we have the opportunity, let's talk about the Continental Cups, the Women's Flat Track Derby Association Continental Cups. I understand there's going to be 3 of them, 2 in August and 1 in October.
Right on. We have the August 9th through 11th. WFTDA Continental Cup North America West in Orem, Utah, USA. Hosted by Happy Valley Derby Darlings.
And then how about a couple weeks after that?
A couple weeks after, the 23rd to the 25th, WFTDA Continental Cup North America East in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, USA. Hosted by the Dutchland Derby Rollers.
How about isn't there a third one coming up in October?
Definitely. The 5th through 6th of October, WFTDA Continental Cup Europe. In Helsinki,
Finland.
By the Kallio Rolling Rainbows, hosted by them.
And then for the International WFTDA playoffs, there's going to be 2 of those, and then the championships. Let's talk about those.
We have November 15th through 17th International WFTDA Championships in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, hosted by the Montreal Roller Derby team.
All right. Lead jam has gone to LA. Jam number 9 has resumed, or the game has resumed, and jam number 9 is in progress.
And it looks like BZ is out of the box and through her initial. as Little Devil Rosie is calling off the jam.
Yeah.
0 points.
2 points picked up. Extends
To
that lead,
Santa Cruz.
35 to 30.
5-point game. Just about 16 minutes still.
And before the championships, we're going to have some playoffs. Those are going to take place September 6th through 8th in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and September 13th through 15th, 1 week later in Seattle, Washington. And then the top finishers from the playoffs will play the top 4 seeded teams at the championships in November. All right, 101 back on the line. 3 jams in a row. Number 101, BZ, has donned the Spangle helmet cover. Who's jamming for
against
LA?
100 for LA. Monster.
Third time these two have matched up.
I see some strategy behind that.
Well, so each has 1 lead, and then they were involved in the jam where there was no lead.
Right.
So it's all even up. Each has 1 lead.
Great defense by Double O on Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
As Monster is forced to call off the jam.
As clean and illegal as a takedown as you'll see. Clean and legal takedown as you'll see.
Definitely. That was by Mini Mayhem on Double O for Santa Cruz.
So 4 more points brings the Anarchists up to 39. Santa Cruz sitting on 30 since the end of jam number 8 when they put a dozen on the board.
Right on. 30 Swervy for Santa Cruz against 44 Mini Maniac.
First appearance on the line for Mini Maniac.
Great defense by Los and dragged back by Ginger Snapper. But swerved right through the inside line. Lead jammer for Santa Cruz. Mini Maniac getting caught up in the Santa Cruz wall.
Snapper in retrograde drawing that jammer all the way back to turn number 4. Penalty coming at the top of the pack. Ref in peace blowing an illegal position on black 19. That's loose cannon.
Mini Maniac is out of her initial, but his jam is called off before any points are scored for LA.
Direction of play coming in at the very end on an LA blocker. No, it's a Santa Cruz blocker. There's going to be 2 in the bin for Santa Cruz to start the next set of whistles.
That is 44 on Santa Cruz. Sorry, not sorry.
All right, gold 23 on the line. That is Trick Z. And black 62 on the line. That is Tryon. Rematch of jam number 4.
Both teams are trying very hard as Tryon is in the backpack. Held, but
So,
tiptoes.
Yeah, walls formed and people bridging, and then all of a sudden it breaks loose.
A very close jammer to jammer run as Trixie is the lead jammer for Los Anarchy. Calls off the jam, scoring 3 points and 0 for Santa Cruz.
So, 10-point game, our largest spread. Is that right? No, it was back to 21-7. We had a 14-point game earlier, back in jam number 5.
Still very close.
Yes.
Looks like for the first time on the line, we have Cherry Kiss for Los Anarchists against 101 on Santa Cruz, which is BZ, very familiar jammer. BZ made that look very easy as she is the lead jammer for Santa Cruz. Called off the jam.
Let's get those tallies. We know that Santa Cruz didn't get any. Conferring with the other referees to see how many points are going to be awarded. And it is 3. 45 playing 32, heading into jam number 14 on upset of Bruin, Hippie.
All right, all right. On the line, I believe that is Frightening Lightning for Los against 72, Pain Jane for Santa Cruz. Pain Jane Staying in bounds.
Oh,
Never
but picking up a
mind.
forearm.
Picks up a forearm, which means that this is a power jam for Los Anarchy.
Lead is open. But the Gromshells aren't going to just collapse and let her have it. Direction of play coming in. Gromshells losing their pivot on the direction of play. That's 0-0 Mini Mayhem.
Gromshells are definitely make her surf through this pack as she
Another
is
direction
awarded
of play.
lead jam.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you. Both
You're
pivots
good.
in the box on direction of
Ooh.
play.
A pivotless jam for both this next time.
And a power start as well. So all the
Oh,
helmet
wow.
covers save one are in the penalty box. The only helmet cover going to be on the track is going to be the LA Jammer worn by number 20, Thrasher. First appearance on the Jammer line for Thrasher. Look at this. LA's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different Jammers.
I definitely think there is a great strategy to that. That should be picked up by most teams.
Santa
Very
Cruz
diverse.
sticking with 4 and mainly sticking with 3 with a couple of
Right.
relief jams.
And Thrasher is thrashing through the pack, picking up lead jam.
Thrashing through the pack.
With 2 blockers on the floor. With offense on the inside. Mini Mayhem is out.
And blockers at the door.
Ha, that was good. That was good.
Oh, blocker is
Wow.
back in the penalty box. I missed that
Right.
call. Did you see what it was?
I did not, but that is 72 Payne Jane,
Yep.
who was the jammer, so this does look like a power jam for Thrasher.
Yeah, started in the box, got out, and then went back to the box. And freezing her
Thrasher
there.
calls it. I'd say maybe a 2-second power start for Los Anarchists.
Sometimes that's all you need. No points on the board for Santa Cruz. That brings them up to 34. And 8 points on the board brings Los Anarchists up to 50. I had them at 45 earlier, but I think there was a scoreboard adjustment somewhere around jam 13 or 14
Right.
because we are now at 34 to 50. If you divide both of these scores by 17, it is roughly a 3-2 ratio.
Back at it again with the quick math, but also back at it again jamming is Lil Devil Rosie for Los Anarchists.
And picking up lead.
Payne Jane, 72, with the star cover off of her head, passes it to Mini Mayhem.
All right.
Little Devil Rosie is going to run it and call it, picking up 3 points for Los and 1 for Santa Cruz.
Second time the star has been passed to Mini Mayhem. The other time happened back in jam number 6, and both times it was by Payne Jane. All right, 1 point on the board brings Santa Cruz up to 35. Did you just say that? 7 points
maybe,
on the board brings
maybe.
LA up to 57. Sorry, got
You're
caught
good.
up.
You're
Got
good.
caught up for a second there. Anything we can look at on the Twitter chat?
Let's see. Something about mics.
Uh-oh, are the mic levels not even?
I think we're okay,
Oh, okay.
but
All right, we'll check
We're
up with that
okay.
with the stoppage of play. Out on the line right now, we got Tryon going up against Monster. Pack way strung out, and LA's going to lose a pivot for an illegal position. Lead jam goes to number 62, Tryon.
and Tryon.
Nice
Ooh,
hit.
nice hit but that does send her to the penalty box.
Yeah, maybe a
192.
direction of play. Did kind of go the wrong way to deliver it. And direction of play penalty coming in for sure against the Santa Cruz blocker that's coming in. Number 304, Ella Delaney.
Monster still pushing through the Santa Cruz wall. Tryon does a nice little spin hop, scoring 4 points for Santa Cruz. Monster with a tiptoe on the out and is knocked by
Low block coming in. Sorry.
oh, low block. Yep. That does send her to the box.
Loose cannon on the low block. And the jam is called. Points up on the board. Look at this. Here comes Santa Cruz.
Woo!
Ties the highest jam of the game for either
Right.
team. Ties the 101, the 12 points put on the board by number 101 back in jam number 8. And it's a 10-point game.
10-point game. We have a Trixie on the line for Los Anarchy against 101 BZ for Santa Cruz.
And here we go. Jam number 18 is underway. If you are just tuning in, this is the Junior Roller Derby Association Championships for 2019, the gold medal game in the female division. And you are watching WFTDA.TV, Twitch TV, bringing us the production. Lead Jam has gone to LA, and a back block sends number 80 to the penalty box. That's Sunkissed for Santa Cruz.
With 2 blockers, Trixie held up against Mini Mayhem. 4 points for LA.
Little do-si-do there where the blocker who was too far out in front said, I'm not blocking. And the other one, and the jammer was like, I'm not using my forearms. And they both had their arms in the air.
Woo! And stays in bound. Trixie making it look easy.
Jammer's reporting to the penalty box on a back block. So this is a power jam for LA.
Some nice offense there. Swerves around. Calls off the jam.
Unless there's a glaring mistake on my scoreboard, LA's jammers have not gone to the penalty box yet. Santa Cruz has not had a single power jam this game.
That is good news for LA.
47 playing 69. She's using 23 as the common denominator. This is roughly a 3-to-2 ratio.
We have Mount Crushmore starting for Los with a power start. Tiptoes around and through. Crushing through the inside as lead jammer for Los.
That's 2 in a row and 7 of the last 8.
.101 BZ is out of the box with the star cover in her hand.
And now the penalty box is completely empty. 80 wheels all bottled up in the narrowest part of the track, and the jam is called off.
With 2 points to Los and 0 to Santa Cruz.
.47 playing 71. So just when it got close, Santa Cruz put a dozen points on the board, but LA answered with a dozen of their own, and we are back to a 24-point lead.
We have Thrasher on the line for the second time, I believe, against Swervy from Santa Cruz. And Thrasher thrashes through the outsides, awarded with lead jammer for Los Anarchists.
You are correct. Thrasher got lead jam back in jam number 15 in her first appearance on the line. Initial pass completed in stealth mode for Swervy.
The penalty box is clean and empty. With Frightening Lightning on the line for Los and 62 trying for Santa Cruz.
So only one stoppage of play this game. This half has flown by. It has been difficult to get our sponsor reads in, but we do want to give some love to the Women's Flat Track Derby Association. They have been a major help in bringing us this tournament. You're watching on WFTDA.TV. They created the rule set that we're using right now. So the Junior Roller Derby Association, very much indebted to the Women's Flat Track Derby Association. Let's get back out to the track. Who's jamming?
We have Frightening Lightning, who is dragged back by number 53, Sugar Smacks on Santa Cruz.
And that is Tryon donning the spangled helmet cover for Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz, Tryon with a nice double spin. The lead jammer for this jam.
Direction of play penalty sends number 4 to the penalty box for the goal team. That is Cherry Kiss.
2 less blockers for trying to get through.
Yeah, free points. One will get you 3, and it already has. Oh, the pivot's not making it easy to get on by, though.
And Frightening getting through in stealth mode.
There you go.
Without the panty cover.
Jammer cover in hand.
Cover in hand.
All right, 7 unanswered points for Santa Cruz brings them up to 54. No points for Los Anarchists keeps them at 73. Official review
Official
is our
review.
second stoppage of play, and whose official review is it? It is. I'm going to look at the scoreboard. Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz.
And that stops the clock with 59 seconds left to play in the
Wow.
first period.
This first period has flown by.
So quickly. I hope you're having a good time. If you're watching at home, anything going on the Twitch chat?
I'm Danny Longlegs says, "Go Lightning, I love you."
Nice.
And WFTDA says, "Well, we appreciate that at Paul Weaver 2015."
Nice.
Some shout outs.
Excellent. Speaking of shout-outs, the teams had a couple shout-outs they wanted to give. Let's see. LA wanted to give thanks for support at home to the LA Revolt and the LA Anarchists. And the Grom Shells wanted to give love to the Grom family. That's 100 skaters strong.
Wow.
To the kids and parents from the Grom family that are watching the broadcast. And they also want to give some love to the dad coaches who are running the Sunday Littles, since all the
Awesome.
other coaches are here,
Right.
here with the main team. So those are the Grom Shell shout-outs and the LA shout-outs. All right, so how this is going to work is that the alt ref is going to tell Chefferie going to tell the house announcers, and we're going to eavesdrop. So I'm going to take my
Nice.
headset off and leave the call with you
Alrighty.
for just 1 second.
And it does look like we have 101 out there for Santa Cruz. BZ on the line. Up against Thrasher, 20 for Los Anarchists. Getting back into Derby. A 4-3 pack advantage in favor of Los Anarchists.
Back block called on yellow, but they determined that the contact was on the side.
Some jammer on jammer defense played by BZ. And is awarded with lead jammer for Santa Cruz.
All right, so Santa Cruz was looking for a back block on the LA Jammer, but on further review, the no call stands, and Santa Cruz will not retain their review. I got to get these jammers filled in before they disappear. Who do we got? BZ is 101, and that is Thrasher, number 20.
And Thrasher is sent to the box for a cut track,
Yeah,
cut
cut
track.
track.
which means that this is going to be a very quick power jam for BZ on Santa Cruz.
And this is the first jammer penalty
Wow.
for the Anarchists.
Wow.
Guess how many Santa Cruz has had?
4?
Five.
5.
Good guess. You were
Almost
within
there.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Illegal position, going to send a blocker and break up that wall.
That blocker does look to be Monster, who is also a jammer for Los Anarchists.
Didn't break up the wall very much.
As BZ is still trying to push through.
Tremendously powerful athletes. It's hard to remember sometimes that these
Definitely.
are junior athletes that
Right.
we're talking about. Star has been passed. New jammer for Santa Cruz is number 00. That's going to
Mini
lose
Mayhem.
lead and make this jam go the full 2 minutes. Curious strategy.
Thrasher is still thrashing as Mini Mayhem jumps through the inside, toe stops, and getting 4 points for Santa Cruz.
16-point game.
Mini Maniac playing a little bit of offense with Monster as she's released out of the box. Mini Mayhem jumping right through the inside once again. 4 more points for Santa Cruz.
Just brutal out there. Illegal contact.
Oh, yeah. Monster is sent to the box once again.
And that's got to take us to halftime on a 2-minute jam. Only our third 2-minute jam of the game.
Right.
14 points is the highest score for either team. 8 points for the Anarchists bring them up to 81. 14 plus 54 is 68. 81 playing 68, a 13-point game
Awesome.
heading into halftime.
Wow.
So go get yourself something to eat, go get yourself something to
Right.
drink, but don't set the microwave for any longer than 10 minutes because we're going to have some statistical analysis and the second half of the Santa Cruz Derby Groms Gromshells and the Los Anarchists Junior Derby for the gold medal of the female division at the
Yes.
2019 Junior Roller Derby Association Championship.
Right on.
Hey now, welcome back to the second half of the 2019 Junior Roller Derby Association Championship gold medal game of the female division. Santa Cruz Derby Groms Gromshells going up against Los Anarchists Junior Derby. Score is 68 for Santa Cruz, 81 for Los Anarchists heading into the second half. Hippie, I saw you hard at work collecting penalty
yeah.
information. What do you got for
Very
us?
difficult, but we have 27 penalties for Los Anarchy and 28 for Santa Cruz. Very close.
And any skaters on either team with 4 penalties, 5 penalties? Anyone looking at any trouble?
Well, the only one looking in trouble for Los is they'll regulate her as the captain for Los Anarchists. And Santa Cruz, we have BZ 101 at 5 and Lil Killa, the captain for Santa Cruz, at 5 as well.
Well, there's a 4 on there also. Ginger Snapper for Los Anarchists was sitting on 4. So gotta pay attention to those penalties.
Right.
I was surprised to see how even those penalty tallies were. 28 for Santa Cruz, 27 for LA. Now, the big difference in those penalties comes on who got them.
Exactly.
Santa Cruz Jammers got 5 penalties. LA Jammers only got 1 penalty the whole first half. Talk about leads. LA got lead 13 times. Santa Cruz got lead 8 times. Star passes. LA only passed the star once in jam number 8 to number 79. Little regulator. 3 star passes by Santa Cruz in jams number 6, 16, and 22. All to 00 Mini Mayhem, all by 72 Pain Jane. And then in terms of, there was 1 jam with no score. That was jam number 4. There was 1 jam with no lead. That was jam number 5. And there were 3 2-minute jams. Those were jams 5, 8, and 22. Got some percentages of lead jam I could take you through. I don't think they've done their gear checks yet. These are unofficial. I know that I'm miscounting 1 jam for both teams, but BZ is, I have as 3 for 8 on the jammer line, Swervy 1 for 3, Tryon 3 for 6, and Pain Jane at 1 for 4. I have Monster at 1 for 4, Little Devil Rosie at 2 for 3, Frightening Lightning is 2 for 4, Trick Z is 3 for 3, Twiggy Marley 0 for 1, Cherry Kiss 1 for 1, Mount Crushmore 2 for 2, and Mini Maniac 0 for 1 on the jammer line.
Absolutely.
All right, so we got through our stats. Highest jam of the game for Santa Cruz was 14 points, and highest for either team, 14 points put up on the board on the last jam by number 101 BZ. Now we're underway. Take us out. Who are those jammers?
We have Little Regs out there for Los as the jammer.
And who picked up lead for Santa Cruz?
Picked up lead is Tryon, number 62.
All right.
Doing a quick apex jump, but not.
Yeah, drag that
not
toe stop
executed
on the
all
inside.
The way, giving the ref a nice big hug. Shout out to the refs. Sometimes you have to show it in a hug or so.
That's Ref Zero. Ref Zero was joshing with us during the break between halves, and hashtag no Sharpies.
No Sharpies allowed anymore.
Sharpie should be illegal,
Old
says
school
Ref
derby.
Zero. Get yourself a neoprene armband. Doesn't cost as much as your skates or your mouth guard or your
the
helmet.
life hack you were talking about.
Yeah, get yourself a drink koozie, cut the bottom off, and then put a Sharpie on that.
Exactly.
At least it won't bleed.
And
All
if
right.
you look at that spin, Mount Crushmore 42 is the lead jammer for Los Anarchists. And dragged back is 72 on Pain Jane on Santa Cruz. And a star pass was tried, as that is another 4 points for Los Anarchists 42, Mount Crushmore.
And there's the start pass completed. Is that 00?
Mini Mayhem.
It is. 72 passing the start at 00 for the 4th time, first time this half.
Called off before any points for Santa Cruz.
I wonder if that's like, I want you my pivot. You got to be my pivot.
Right.
So are both of these scores divisible by 17? Is it a 5-to-4 ratio using 17 as the common denominator? The answer is yes, Hippie. The answer
I'm
is
sorry.
yes.
I think I took a couple too hard of a hits. My head, English doesn't work. Math,
I took the reason why I asked you was I was doing the math quickly in my own head.
Right.
Doesn't mean to throw you under the bridge there.
A little filler right there. We
Yep.
have a Trick Z, I believe, 23 for Los. Getting through as the lead jammer. And 62 trying behind that gold wall.
Hearing whistles, multiplayer block sends number 4 to the penalty box for LA. That is Cherry Kiss.
That is her 4th penalty
Fifth,
of the
you're right.
game.
No.
5th.
Yeah,
5th. Her number's 4.
Yeah.
Penalties 5.
5 for 4.
5 for 4. And 3 for 23. Number 23, the jammer Trixie, scored 3 points for Los Anarchists.
Nice. I see what you did there. Makes the score
I
88
tried.
to 68. 20-point lead.
30, Swervy as the jammer for Santa Cruz, and Mount Crushmore for Los Anarchists.
Crushmore was back on the line in jam number 2. First appearance on the line this half for number 30, Swervy. Swervy did have 3 jams in the first period.
Swervy playing some defense, showing that jammers can be blockers too. Swervy swerving through, stopped by Mini Maniac.
Both teams dedicating one blocker to bridging so that they could use braced 3 walls to contain the other jammer. And now it's starting to congeal in turn number 3, one of the narrowest
Right.
points of this not concentric
Right.
oval.
And both walls are very strong with their defense.
Leg block, I think, was the call that sent
Out of play, gets 42, Crushmore as the lead jammer.
that's 3 leads in a row for LA.
Swervy takes the star cover off.
Wow.
As a tiptoe on the line by Mount Crushmore, scoring 4 more points for Los.
That's hands on hips, just catching her breath. She is
Right.
not calling the jam. Was that a star pass at the very end? It was.
It was to Mini Mayhem.
First time someone passed the star to Mini Mayhem that wasn't Payne Jane.
Right.
But all the star passes still going to Mini Mayhem. Give me the star. Santa Cruz looking for their first points of the second half. They did have lead in jam number 1, but we ended up with a scoreless jam in that jam.
We have Tryon, 62 for Santa Cruz. And for 92, Maddie Mayhem jamming for Los. I believe this might be her first time jamming for Los.
You are correct, Hippie. Good catch. I will
Wow.
highlight that on my
Nice.
score sheet.
And amazing bridging by Los, but Tryon is the lead jammer for Santa Cruz.
So LA has now jammed 10 different skaters.
That is very impressive.
Depth on the jammer line.
Who is dragging her all the way back.
And taking the bait is Tryon. But getting in front.
Right.
Will they eat the baby? No, baby
Oh,
eaten. No babies for you to eat.
jammer on jammer.
Oh, someone just
Tryon
opened the door. We got
calls off
a
the
great
jam.
blast of cool air.
Yeah,
That was
felt
nice.
it.
Someone do that again. So a 22-point lead. 94 playing 74.
The Twitch is on our Sharpie topic.
Okay. What are they talking about?
The Sharpie thing must be an inside joke, says Paul Weaver, 2015. And the marker does tend to end up on other people more than it actually stays on, says WFTDA.
Yes, that is the complaint about it.
But Terminal Choi says he likes Sharpies.
I like Sharpies too. I work a lot with them. I just wouldn't want them
And you can prove-
as sports equipment.
Right, you can prove illegal hits with the Sharpies.
Yeah,
he points
there
out.
you go.
It is evidence for the blockers.
Good point. Hadn't thought about the evidentiary value. Santa Cruz 2 leads in a row.
And this does look, it's like 152 for Santa Cruz.
Yep.
First time jamming, Mocking Jam. Very fitting to the name. As it is a power jam for Santa Cruz
Yeah, back block called.
on Trixie, I believe.
23? Yep, Trixie. Oh, was that a high block? House announcer said high block. I thought I saw a back block. I'm going to cut a back block.
Back block. But talking about blocking. The black team, Santa Cruz, is doing a great job of playing some defensive offense as Mockingjam is still pushing through that gold wall.
I guess that's better than offensive defense.
Offensive defense.
Forced to the
Mockingjam
outside and calling off the jam.
But Trixie is released just in time.
Prone on the backstretch, calls off the jam. Let's get those tallies. Is it really nothing? Nothing? No, 3 points on the board is 75.
Right.
And you don't have to keep up with that.
Okay, I was going to say, I lost it already.
Totally fine. And LA held scoreless for back-to-back jams for the first time since jams 13 and 14 of the first half.
Little Devil Rosie.
There you go, to it.
Yeah, 10-24. Staying in bounds with a little magic hand move as Swervy is swerving through. Held back by Mount Crushmore, the pivot for this jam on Los.
Penalty box is empty. All the skaters you see are out there on the pivot line, and it is an abattoir.
Full force for both sides, but a little bit of offensive plays for Santa Cruz.
Multiplayer coming in. Santa Cruz losing a blocker to the penalty box. Got to the penalty box so efficiently, I never saw the uniform number.
That is Bonnie and Clyde on her 4th penalty.
And lead gam goes to LA.
72, Payne Jane.
Receiving the star instead of passing it.
Right.
Star pass at the very end for Santa Cruz, but no points for the effort. So roughly a 4-to-3 ratio using 25 as your common denominator.
Right.
Or 24.
And I think it's the first time on the jam line for Brazilian Smacks of Los Anarchists.
Wow.
Against 62, Tryon.
11th jammer out to appear for LA.
That is one strategy that most teams should get behind.
3. Only 4 haven't worn the star yet.
Right. That's crazy. Tryon trying to run her back, but instead trying the outside line as the Los jammer is held by Minnie Mayhem.
Minnie Mayhem picks up a penalty. It's a forearm.
Which means Brazilian Smacks is the lead jammer for Los Anarchists.
Penalty coming in. Another forearm penalty. Another LA blocker reporting to the box.
And another 4 points for LA.
Another. Keeping up with the nothers. Spin move to complete the initial pass by Tryon. Backside to backside contact, nothing gives, so calls off the jam before Santa Cruz can come around to score. 4 points for LA, puts them up over the century mark.
Smart move. Getting all 4 points on that.
So 10 squared playing 5 cubed.
10 squared playing 5 cubed.
Roughly.
Sharpie should be sponsored, according to Davey Rocket _36.
All right. And a stoppage of play. It is a team timeout. First team timeout by either team. Whose timeout is it? It is Santa Cruz's.
Santa Cruz.
And the clock is stopped with 19 minutes and 31 seconds left in regulation.
Wow.
I want to take this opportunity to run through the full rosters, not just the rosters that are in, but the skaters that are crossed out as well. Allison Thunderland here from Santa Cruz, but not skating for this particular game. Crom Bomb also on that team that's competing, just not out there right now. Daisy Dukes and Roundabout. And for LA, Slammarella, and Electroshock are on the team, just didn't, there's only a certain number of skaters you can put on the track. Can't put them all out there. Also want to give us a shout out to our graduating skaters. Did we do this already?
We can do it again.
If we did, we'll do it again. Mini Maniac is heading to Cal State University Bakersfield. Squash Bob Skate Pants going to Berkeley, and Brazilian Smacks aging out and going for the University of San Francisco. We'll do Santa Cruz after the next set of whistles.
And that does look like Mocking Jam for the second time out, getting lead jam for Santa Cruz.
You are correct, Hippie. And Trick Z on the line for LA, not the first appearance, or
Not
the second,
first.
or the fourth.
Can't keep track anymore.
Yeah, Trixie, one of the go-tos. Although, nobody's got that many for LA because there's so
Right.
many jammers
So
sharing the
many.
load. It's actually the fourth. It is the fourth.
But she is sent to the box.
Oh, did you see the call? He's repeating it. It's a high block.
High block. High block. Which does mean that this is a power jam for Santa Cruz Mockingjay. And with a little bit of offense.
Forearm penalty coming in. And a
one
high
less
block. Oh, the
blocker.
forearm is upgraded to a high block. Ref in peace, the head ref said that wasn't just a forearm, that was a high block.
And Mockingjay calls off the jam before Trixie is sent from the box. Meaning Santa Cruz will start with a power start. That is 101 BZ.
Only the second power start. Actually, no, they didn't get a power start. Well, only that's going to be their first power start.
First power start. It's going to be a very short power start as Trixie is standing from the box along with the pivot. Ginger Snapper, I believe, from Los.
Here we go. 2 leads in a row for Santa Cruz.
And woo! Quick spin by Trixie.
Both
but
teams
tiptoe
losing their
inside.
pivots. Both teams have a pivot and a blocker, so it is 3-on-3 out there.
Fairly even.
More referees than skaters.
Right.
No points for LA. They're staying in at 105, and 3 on the board for Santa Cruz brings them up to 82.
Two-on-two blockers. Even match with Mount Crushmore for the Anarchist. And switched out is 101 BZ once again, jamming for Santa Cruz. With a quick drag back, Crushmore is waiting, not playing those games.
Nice move. Getting around that too while faking
Right.
inside, going outside.
Nice little juke.
3 leads in a row for Santa Cruz and back-to-back leads for BZ on the back-to-back jams. Santa Cruz putting their eggs in the BZ basket.
Woo, and BZ, I believe, gets 3 on that.
Yep.
3.
3 unanswered. Brings them up to 85. 20-point game. And a direction of play at the very end sends a Santa Cruz blocker to the box.
That is Mini Mayhem in the box for Santa Cruz.
You can see that armband. You
Yeah.
can see the clear
it's not
numbers
a Sharpie. It's
on
not
the
a Sharpie.
armband. LA pivot standing in the box. They're going to be pivotless briefly. And out on the line, black number 62 is trying. And
Against
one
Monster
monster.
for Los, who is the cut track called on Monster for Los, which means this is a power jam for Tryon with a quick sweep and a surf through.
Hey, Twitch TV, help me out. I just heard the house announcer say T. Ryan. Please, somebody at Twitch, correct me if I'm wrong, and accept my apologies if we've been saying Tryon and it's actually T. Ryan.
Oh, no. Well, T. Ryan is the lead jammer for this jam. As Monster is released from the box.
Pivot is not happy to be in the penalty box.
No. That
Whistle
pivot,
coming in, direction of play penalty being assessed. Who is leaving? Nobody yet. That's an LA blocker on the direction of play.
Right.
Another direction of play. Each team losing a blocker
Wow.
on direction of play.
I do think the penalties have been fairly even this game.
Well, actually, it's an opposite of the first half. Santa Cruz jammers have stayed out of the penalty
Right.
box, and LA jammers have made 3 trips to the box. 4 more points on the board for Santa Cruz brings them up to 89. No points for LA. LA held scoreless 3 jams in a row for the first time all game.
Looks like Cherry Kiss is swapping with Lil Rex, who will be the jammer for
Tricky.
Los against BZ 101 for Santa Cruz.
Crowd really getting into it.
Yeah. A 3-2 pack advantage for Santa Cruz.
Nice block by Santa Cruz at the back of the plaque, drawing the jammer all the way back to that jammer line. Oh,
And
backwards skating.
great move
Lead had been awarded to BZ.
because of the no pass, no penalty. That
Wow,
Lil Regs.
nothing. Our second scoreless of the half and our third scoreless of the game. Keeps the score at 89 for Santa Cruz,
And
105
does
for
look
Los
like a
Anarchists.
back-to-back jam for Lil Regulate Her on Los Anarchists with T. Ryan or Tryan. T.
We're
Ryan.
trying to get it right.
We're
We
trying
promise,
to
T.
get
Ryan.
the T. Ryan right.
I went over these with the coaches beforehand,
Right.
so I think that it is Tryan. But
Okay.
Tool Time has me second guessing myself. Our house
Right.
announcer saying T. Ryan.
And it does look like T. Ryan is lead jam.
That is 6 lead jams in a row for Santa Cruz.
Lil Regs not far behind. Crashing through, sending plane. No, that is not plane dream. 53 to the box on Santa Cruz.
Sugar
Sugar
Smacks.
Smacks. I believe that is her second penalty this whole game.
These are numbers we're tracking ourselves. We don't have access to the live game stats that you sometimes get at some tournaments. So don't take what we say as gospel. Take it with a grain of
Right,
salt. We're doing
right.
our best, and these numbers should be pretty good, but we cannot promise that they are right. Okay. You're right, Bobby. Hooray! That's one of my favorite things to read on the Twitch
Right
feed.
on.
Thank you to, I can't read who said it, CC Sierra. Thank you,
CC Sierra.
152 out on the line. That is Mocking Jam. Trixie on the line for Los Anarchists Junior Derby.
And number 4, Cherry Kiss, is sent to the box. As Sugar Smacks is standing from the box.
So a slow motion swaparoo. Oh, look at that. I just saw that the
Right.
penalty box manager said, by the way, you have 5 to the skater that's in
wow.
the box. So does that match
So
our
that
tallies?
means that does match our tallies.
Nice.
Cherry Kiss at 5.
So I said it's not gospel, but we are doing our best. I think we're
We're
doing a pretty good
trying.
job.
Just like Mockingjay is trying.
Nice. I see
I
what
was
you
gonna
did
say,
there, hippie.
I thought it was trying out there.
Uh-huh.
But Mockingjay is sent to the box.
Mocking Jam for
Jam.
blocking with the head.
Oh,
What's the penalty code for that? I'm just going to write head,
Head.
in my column, but it's not an A. That's a high block.
Right.
Multiplayer sends the pivot for Santa Cruz to the penalty box.
And Trixie
So no lead jam,
getting through.
right? Was lead awarded and lost on the head block?
I do believe this is a 2-minute jam.
It's going to be a 2-minute jam either way. I just don't know
Right.
if there was a lead or not.
I'm not sure.
Me neither.
But that is 4 points, is what I'm sure of for Los by Trixie.
Yes.
And a no pass, no penalty. And Mocking Jam is released from the box. The pack is racing, and she attempts to call off, but there is no lead.
Yeah, good job by the base coach keeping the skater from slamming into the
Right.
scaffolding over there.
Mocking Jam through. Mocking Jam with 4 points for Santa Cruz.
Brings them up to
And
97.
1 for Los.
Brings them up to 113. 5 for Los Angeles. 4 and a 1.
4-1.
Brings them up to 113. 16 points separating these two teams. And stoppage of play is an official timeout. We might have a foul out. We might have
Oh.
someone taking somebody else's place in the penalty box. I see hugs
That
going
looks
on.
Like number
it's-
4, who we thought was at 5, but
Maybe we only saw
was-
one hand. Maybe there was a 5 and a 2
right,
that was
right.
hidden.
That means that is the 7th penalty awarded. But meanwhile, on the Twitch, we have Johnny Two Bowls and Hippies and Bobby We Trust.
Ah, nice.
Right on. So
Out on the jammer line right now. I guess the referees are making sure that all the penalties and everything is tracked correctly while the clock is stopped. Let's get it all checked out.
Right
but
on.
out there on the line, 10:24 for LA. That's going to be
Little
Devil Rosie, and 101 is BZ. 101 has been BZ on the jammer line all day.
Oh, yeah.
Or at least that's the buzz.
Right? I see what you did there.
So these two teams, I mentioned briefly when we were coming in, this is only the second time they've played each other. They did not meet each other this year, although they were at some of the same tournaments and even on back-to-back on the same track. They never happened to encounter each other.
And both California teams.
Yes.
There's a lot of good derby coming from California.
The Golden State.
The Golden State. Just like the golden wall that BZ just broke through, getting lead jammer for Santa Cruz. Woo!
Oh!
Domino effect.
That's got to be a back block, no?
Nothing
Being chased down.
called
Yeah,
on that.
no, low block. It is being called.
Okay.
So this will go 2. Lead is lost with the low block.
Which means a 2-minute jam.
Back-to-back 2-minute jams.
For Little Devil Rosie. Swerves through. And an offensive move on the inside gives her 4 points.
Back block sends an LA blocker to the penalty box. Now that's the downside of those armbands is white on gold.
White
you
on
can't
gold.
read.
I'm trying my best.
I'm
I
getting
do believe
eye
that
strain.
is Brazilian smacks in the box.
I believe you. 4 points picked up by LA, total of 12. 3 scoring passes for Devil Rosie, and Devil Rosie's going back for more. Lost the opportunity. Well, can't freeze anybody, and nobody can stop the jam.
Right. Mount Crushmore in the front. Catching, but not catching.
Oh, way out of play at the top of the pack. Picks up the illegal contact
BZ
position.
Is through with 4 points for Santa Cruz.
4 points. That's the initial. I guess 4-point pass being indicated by Carmen Dragon.
Yeah, she was lead and then lost it.
Right. Yes.
But Little Devil Rosie is in the back, but spinning through the inside, right around 90.
Forearm. It's on the jammer.
Oh, that does mean that this is a power jam for BZ. And it does look that they will have a power start for the next jam.
Good catch there. Points will be interesting. 12 on the board for LA. That matches their high score. Put on the board in jam number 18 of the first period by number 23, Trixie. Oh, no, 14 surpasses that mark.
Right. And a timeout called on Santa Cruz.
And 7 points on the board for Santa Cruz brings them up to 104. Second timeout for Santa Cruz. LA has yet to use a team timeout. Clock stopped with 7 minutes and 31 seconds left in regulation. What do you think of this tournament so far? You were skating, you were announcing.
Great. Yeah, and it's my, home tournament more or less. I'm 10 minutes down the street.
There you go. Can't beat that with a bat.
Get to sleep in my own bed.
Nice.
Little advantage there.
Very cool. Very cool.
But it's great to be back. We hosted in 2017, and I do enjoy having it here.
So are we calling this venue the Ranch, or are we calling this the First National Bank Event Center?
Both?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, the Ranch with the First National Bank Center.
Yes. Anyway, great venue.
Right.
Lovely lighting. You can see on your screen party lights hanging from the ceiling.
I do believe those are new.
Even the ventilation ducts are bright and shiny,
Right.
so although it's got an industrial look, it is not oppressive or dingy at all.
Right.
It's very bright, very welcoming. Large crowd spread across from turn number 1 all the way to turn number 3. Bleachers, well, not really bleachers, but chairs set up, people standing behind the chairs, people sitting on the floor, giving the impression of elevation.
Right.
Okay, trying out there on the line, that is number 62. And for LA, Little Devil Rosie is number 1024, starting in the penalty box, and now being, wait
Dragged
for it,
back
Bobby, now
by
being released.
Little regulator. Trying. And Little Devil Rosie is the lead jammer for Los Anarchists.
Out of the penalty box and into lead jammer status.
But a nice spin move on the inside by Tryon through her initial.
So Santa Cruz gets none, keeping them at 104. And looking for, the referees are conferring about whose hips passed whose
Right.
before the point tallies go up. Jam timer keeping an eagle eye. 3 points awarded, brings LA up to 130.
And for Los jamming, we have Mount Crushmore, who is also hit out by a Mocking Jam, jamming 4, but now being sent to the box on Santa Cruz.
Missed the call. Back block?
Back block.
I'm going to write it down as a back block.
All right. And there is a 4-2 pack advantage for Los.
30-point game. Oh, there we go. They got a play going. Wrecking ball comes through, loosens up that wall.
And
Leg tackle.
out of play.
Low block.
Called on. I can't see the number.
Yeah,
but
that spin move blocked us up for the uniform
Right,
number. But Santa Cruz
right.
blocker called for a low block. Another 4-point pass. Jam is called off. That is a dozen points for the Anarchists. That brings them
Right.
up to 142.
I think now the strategy is beating the clock.
And timeout by Santa Cruz, their last. They do have an official review remaining.
Which could also be used as a timeout if needed.
If needed.
Just because that is their last timeout on Santa Cruz, I believe.
I have it
Or
down
is
as
that
I
their
have.
second.
No, there it is.
Last-
Now it's flashing.
Okay.
We were ahead of the scoreboard.
Right,
We beat the
exactly.
scoreboard a little bit.
Just a little bit.
5 minutes and
It's
6
all
seconds
here.
showing on the clock in regulation. Overtime is possible, but doubtful. If we do have overtime, it will we'll have first pass scoring. There will be
Right.
no lead jammer. Every jam will go 2 minutes. And we will repeat that process until one team is ahead of the other.
Those games are crazy.
Crazy.
But 5 minutes, it is potential.
So much fun to announce, though. Have you
Oh,
announced
yeah.
an overtime game?
No, not yet.
There you
Maybe
go.
venue, but
On your bucket
Well
list.
then, all right. Let's put it on the bucket list.
Although
Overtime.
to make that happen, Santa Cruz has 38 points to get unanswered.
I do believe it comes down to penalties on jammers in these last minutes.
Yeah,
remaining.
Santa Cruz have been so clean, and then they picked up
Right.
3 jammer penalties in the last 4 jams. So it's anarchy, oi, oi, oi. Somehow LA has co-opted the Australia cheer.
Wow.
And 100 is Monster, so Swervy and Monster are the jammers.
Monster is
Ooh,
called
forearm.
on a forearm, which means that this is a power jam and lead is still available. But the defense on Los is strong.
Contact avec l'avant-bras, if you want to say it in French.
Whoa. Ooh.
Ooh, skates get tangled up.
Stays
Swervy
in
goes
bounds.
flying, but yep, stays in bounds, and no penalties are assessed.
Dragged back by Lil Regulator, 79 on Los.
I'm hearing a whistle. It's a low block. And that is that same skater who goes to the penalty box and won't show us the number.
I know. I can't see it. from
80?
here.
It's 80. That's sun-kissed.
Sun-kissed.
All right, let's get those points on the board. LA
on.
is held scoreless. 142. 3 points. So now it's a 35-point game. 3 minutes and change left to play in regulation.
And it is a 4-2 pack advantage for Los Anarchists with Mount Crushmore jamming.
Let's
and
get
for
the
Santa Cruz trying.
Let's get the star on Snapper. Let's get the star on Rainbow Smash, Squash Pod, Skate Pants, and Little Regulator.
Right.
Just so that my whole right side of my roster will be highlighted. Lead jam goes to LA.
Mount Crushmore, some quick offense on the inside, and a nice
Wow.
double spin.
Like
Scoring
a
4
whirling
points
dervish.
for Los.
Yeah. Star pass.
Successful to 72, Payne Jane.
Second time the star has been passed to Payne Jane.
She has also seen blocking and jamming quite a bit for Santa Cruz.
4 points for LA brings them up to 146. No points for Santa Cruz keeps them at 107. It is a 39-point game.
Wow.
Where's
Two
the
and a
clock?
half.
Yeah, 2.5 minutes left to play. Entering jam number 21. We had 22 jams in the first half. We're going to have 22 jams in the second half. Or my name isn't Bobby Narco.
Little Devil Rosie jamming for Los Anarchists as Monster brings back 30 Swervy on Santa Cruz.
LA picks up lead again. 2 in a row for the last 5. And the pivot for Santa Cruz reports to the penalty box, so no one to pass the star to. Although there's certainly no indication that Swervy's looking to pass the star. Cover still on.
True. Dragging her back. Nice recycle by Los.
Santa Cruz loses another blocker to the penalty box. LA at full strength.
And it looks like Little Devil Rosie is just trying to run the clock now.
Direction of play on Little Regulator, the captain.
That could potentially be her 6th or 7th in the box.
Looking at that penalty box manager, there's something going on.
Right.
I haven't cracked their code yet.
Right.
And we're going to get an official review by
Ooh.
Santa Cruz. And we didn't get a chance to say where the Santa Cruz graduating skaters are heading off for college. Little Killer, number 26, is going to American University in Washington, D.C. And number 101, BZ, going to be heading off to Cabrillo College. So
Nice.
Congratulations to our graduating juniors. Thank you for all your time with the Junior Roller Derby Association. And good luck with all your future endeavors. And I hope they include roller derby.
Right. I hope so too. It's always nice to see some familiar faces, even coaching their juniors, you know.
So the official review is probably being used as a timeout. Yes, that is the signal
Right.
being indicated. So it will not be retained, but there's no confabulation, and it won't take very long to resolve. It will take 60 seconds to resolve.
And it looks like this last jam is put out. Potential last jam is put out to Tryon 62 on Santa Cruz and Mount Crushmore for Los Anarchists.
43 points, 43 unanswered points to tie.
And a 4-3 pack advantage in favor of Santa Cruz.
So if this is the last jam, the game will start and end with the same 2 jammers on the line. Multiplayer block sends number 101 to the penalty box. That's BZ for Santa Cruz. Direction of play, penalty coming in.
Lead is still available.
Admiral Carmen calling the direction of play. And that's Sunkissed. That's the one who skates it. No, it's not, though. It's 53. It is Sugar Smacks. Now LA pivot to the penalty box, and
Wow.
lead is Santa Cruz's lead.
That
and
does mean that this is a 2-minute jam, but power jam for Santa Cruz.
No, lead is awarded.
Oh, lead is awarded.
Yeah, Tryon has lead
Tryon has lead.
and a power jam.
And a power jam. Let's see what they can do in these last 12 seconds of the jam.
Take the star off. That would extend the... I wouldn't extend anything. Well, 56 seconds. Direction of play penalty coming in. Who's leaving?
Woo.
It is LA losing a blocker on direction of play. Number
And
52.
a 1-to-1 blocker ratio as Tryon does a spin move on the outside.
Look, there's only 4 skaters on the
And-
track right now. Party in the penalty box.
Crushmore soon to follow.
And here come the reinforcements. For a brief moment there was only 4 skaters out on the track. Craziness.
What a way to potentially end this. And Mount Crushmore is set to the box for a cut track.
So double trips to the penalty box. LA doing everything they can to help Santa Cruz make up these points.
And Santa Cruz.
Nice blocking at the top of the pack by number 44,
Wow.
Mini Maniac, trying all the way back to turn number 4. Direction of play right at the very end on number 710, Brazilian Smacks. And that is an unofficial final. If
Wow.
Santa Cruz had an official review, they could register it, but they don't. I can't imagine why LA would want to do that. So final score is going to be 119 for Santa Cruz and 150 for the Los
Wow. That
Anarchists
was
Junior Derby.
Very hard fought game. On
Yeah, and a
both
big
teams.
upset. First
Very
defeat Santa
big.
Cruz has had all year. They entered 14-0. They are now, or they entered 8-0. They are now 8-1. And LA entered 14-1. They are now 15-1. And more importantly, they are the championship of the female division
Right.
for 2019 of the Junior Roller Derby Association.
Right here in Colorado.
Fans are crowding around that line to get some love. The skaters are going to take their victory laps. I don't think I have it in me to do any further statistical analysis.
Neither do I, Bobby.
It's been a great game. It's been a great weekend, and it's been a great time announcing
It
with
really
you,
has.
Hippie.
I appreciate it. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
All right, and as the camera shows the teams huddling up, showing their love with each other before they take their final victory laps, we are going to sign off. I'm Bobby Narco.
And I'm Hippie from FOCO.
We wish you peace, love, and roller derby.
Right on.